So how did you and Mama Duck get so close in the first place initially?
When I interviewed her, I was probably one of the first people that reached out and actually sat down with her, and we had like a 2-hour long interview.
Yeah.
And my heart just broke. Like, it's hard because I'm a female covering this drill stuff. So it's like I have a little bit more, I think, emotions. I have a little bit more emotions with it. So just talking to her for 2 hours and talking about the death of FBG Duck and her crying, and then just like us crying together, like I just couldn't. It was just really sad. And then from there, it's just like, and I'm super unbiased. I'm a journalist. I'm unbiased. I have friends on both sides. But when it comes down to a loss of a mother, it's just something in me where I'm just like, oh my God, it was just so heart-wrenching. And I just wanted to help her in any way. And we just kept building on our relations from there. And it's like, at the time, a lot of business opportunities were coming to her. So I was helping her with her, like, as a publicist and stuff like that. So we just kept building on our relationship, and just shout out to Mama Duck. And then when the Mothers of Peace came, that was a big thing. And we just kept building on that. And we're going to continue to build on the Mothers of Peace thing. So
I've seen that you've actually been going to the actual FBG Duck trial.
yes.
Have you been going with Mama Duck, or like, give us a breakdown of what you've been seeing in court?
Well, I will tell you something that happened today. And we actually haven't done a video on this yet, and we haven't talked about this yet. This just happened a couple hours ago. And a lot of people don't know this because, like I said, I think now a couple more bloggers have been going to the courthouse, but I was the first one to go. And I got the information from Mama Duck, and she's, and I'm a reporter. Like I said, I'm an unbiased journalist. I'm just unbiased. I just want to cover what's going on. So when I first went, I literally just made a video and reported on what happened. And the day that I went, it happened to be the day that Trenches News was there. And I know you guys had him up here, and I want to get your thought process on that.
Rat boy.
So that was the day that Trenches News was there, and they played video that everybody was kind of speculating about, because they had video of them leaving O Block, running down the stairs, hopping in a car, and they had video of them coming back. So no one ever saw the video. It was the first time they ever played the video. So we're in court looking at the video, and I'm just like, oh my God, they got all this video. And then Trenches News is pointing everybody out with a yellow marker. Yeah. So they're like, who is this? So he's like, oh, that's Kenny Mack. And then they're like, who is this? They're like, oh, that's C Murder. And then they're like, who is this? Oh, that's Muwap. And then they're making him circle it with the yellow marker. So it was just great. Like, to be sitting there and just looking at this, I'm like, wow. And I think that a lot of the mainstream media hasn't been following the trial like how they've been following the Thug trial. You know what I mean? So it was just a pristine opportunity.
Because everybody feels like we already know exactly what happened.
Is
and
that
we kind
what
of
it is?
assume that that they're going to convict these dudes. Whereas with the Thug thing, it seems like a very real possibility they won't get convicted, and nobody really knows what's going to happen in that courtroom. Whereas, like, Trenches News being in there is super insane. But in general, I feel like everybody kind of feels like they know what happened with Duck.
And it's like he's a blogger, like, on the stand as their key witness. So
yeah,
You said something happened today?
yeah. So basically, and this is an exclusive. No one's said anything yet. They have video of the person that called, allegedly, the person that called everybody to come. They have him on camera, like surveillance camera from the store, because he was in a store across the street, making the phone call, telling them, like, just hyping it up, making it more of a like he had the ends on the whole situation. So let me shut up. He called, they have it on camera, and Mama Duck watching that, she just lost it.
really.
Yeah.
She just lost it. She started crying, she started screaming. They had to take her out of the courtroom, and they took her to the back like, listen, can't do that. It might cause a mistrial. Like, calm down. Do you need to, like, watch it from the other room? Because they have another, like, watching room.
Yeah.
So it was just really intense. It's like a lot of stuff going on. And that's why I say, like, imagine if your son was killed and you have to sit through trial.
And see the evidence.
That's what I'm saying.
Witness how it happened and how it played out.
You're
that
watching
could be tough.
it unfold every day.
I can imagine why that would hit her particularly hard, because it's like somebody just like celebrating in the opportunity to kill her son.
Yeah, he like, doot, 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 doot.
Yeah, it's like an additional layer of cruelty beyond just the fact that these dudes were down to kill him, you know?
Exactly. And she's watching it like play out. So it's breaking her heart, and she just couldn't hold it together today. And, you know, she's
watching 20-something years of potential and just a whole life being taken over.
And Duck was taking off at the time.
Yeah.
So imagine that. Like, I'm not sure. You don't have kids yet, right?
3-year-old.
Oh, you do? Okay, so God
Not a
forbid.
drill rapper yet. We've got a little RT career plan
20
for
years.
her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 20 years.
20 years?
You
23?
got to start your drill career young now. You got to be 9, putting ops in the split.
You guys had a little retweet.
Retweet. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was on here.
How's he?
I said I wasn't interviewing him, but Flocka wanted to do it.
A little RT?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it RT or retweet?
I like it being a little retweet. I haven't heard that before. That's great. Yeah.
So yeah, her having to just deal with that is a lot. So I give her grace. And it's like, I hate when people try to come at her. Leave her alone. She's been through too much.
Did you actually see Butter on the stand? They say Butter was on
I
the stand
didn't.
too.
I actually I had prior engagements in New York. I live in New York, so
All right.
but I'm from Chicago, and I still have I still come there and have a little spot there, so I come back and forth. But I didn't go there at that time. And thank God, because I heard a bunch of bloggers were up there causing mayhem.
Really?
That's what I heard, but I wasn't there, so I don't want to speak.
But did you hear about it? Did he really take the stand? I heard he took the stand. So he
2
did.
days. I heard in 2 days in a row.
Yeah, there's a bunch of quotes from different shit he said on there.
Yeah,
and
for
stuff.
sure.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think about them having Trenches News and Butter as their key witnesses? What do you guys think?
Me
I
personally,
love it. I think this is great.
Super hip-hop, right?
I could have never even thought of this. If you asked me to come up with a plot for this trial, I wouldn't have been able to predict this.
I didn't think Butter would take the stand, but when I interviewed Trenches News in my mind, I already thought he was the snitch already.
Did you? What were the flags?
He knew
just-
early on. Because go watch our interview where he asked him if he was the informant, and it's just the weirdest, like, roundabout thing, like, where he's just kind of not answering the question, he's kind of dancing around it, and Remo's trying to corner him, but he's just saying some bullshit. Whereas he's pretty direct about everything else throughout the whole interview, which is it was very strange.
Yeah, people tell me shit, and then from just the questions I asked him early on in the interview, and he never gave me a direct answer. So then when I asked him again to end the video off, it kind of just confirmed to me, like, all right, yeah, you did it. Because if anybody else, you would have just been like, nah, I didn't do it. Like, and for him just to just not say it, I was like, oh yeah, you did it.
Yeah,
Actually, his homeboy C Hood hit me up, said he wants to come on here because he was lying to C Hood the whole time, and C Hood had no clue that he was the informant.
Shout out C Hood.
Shout out C, and you know he shot C Hood out in every video.
intro.
Wow.
But he didn't, not recently. The last few videos he did, he hasn't shouted out C Hood. And I also seen where you said that the judge told Trenches News not to make any videos.
Oh yeah,
But he's back making videos.
because he's done. So like they let him off now so he can make videos because he's done. So during the time where he was on the stand, they were like, listen, you can literally throw this case if you get on YouTube and you make any videos. You can't do any interviews. They wanted somebody to trail him and make sure that he didn't do anything before, because it was like a Thursday that he had his first testimony, and then he had to come back again on Monday. So there was all these days in between, and they were scared that he was about to, because he be making content.
Yeah,
for sure.
And they actually acknowledged the fact that he makes content and it's popular. Like they were talking about it in the courtroom. So
probably got some subs from that. I noticed that our clips with him talking about that surged in views. Like a lot of people were searching for it.
And the crazy thing is, like, I'd never said anything bad about Trenches because he's been nothing but like nice. Like he ain't ever did nothing to me.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know, the whole situation is just really crazy and it's really intense.
I mean, he dissed us right as soon as he did the interview, and they dissed us right afterwards.
What
So
did
it's
he
Trenches
say?
News K. Fuck y'all. No, I mean, I don't care. But, you know, it couldn't have happened to a nicer guy.
What did he say?
Just he regret doing it.
He's like,
a whole lot
that
of
interview was weak as
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I don't know
Really?
why I went up there. I wish I didn't go up there. Like, I don't know what. Like, you literally do videos in your fucking basement, like in your
I just
room.
think
like, what are you talking about?
he don't like how it was titled or whatever.